next Panzer video. Just finished my day's work today. It's a beautiful day, so I figured I'd bring you folks along for the old commute home. So I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, along the way I'll try to answer some questions that I get asked frequently. And let's enjoy the weather and a fun car. Did the maths, and I'm sure you guys did on the last video too. I'm getting a consistent 300 watt hours per mile with this car. That's mostly motorway driving, so mostly what you see here. Yeah, which I'm really impressed with. Didn't really think there was any way I was going to get that. I guess that's for the aerodynamics of the E31 and the good tires. I guess as Harry said, tires win the race, so we got good ones. Maybe I'm too conservative like this. I just don't like pulling out suddenly. People just don't know how to react sometimes. Prefer to leave it decent there, for gap. I'm going to merge out. Well, that then leaves you looking like a moron like me, and they keep streaming past you. So you got to find a gap somewhere. Boys, out of the way, Panzer time. Consumption on this car is really amazing. Very impressed with that. That certainly kind of reinforces my thoughts that if I can get up to, you know, a 40 or a 45 kilowatt hour battery, that I'll have the range pretty much right there where I want it to be, you know, 150 miles plus. That's where I really want to be with this car, especially as I want to start doing longer journeys. Driveway painting this car. So we'll have to see. But what I'll probably do, if I am going to driveway paint it, what I will do is I will make a little temporary spray booth in the driveway, just out of some plastic sheeting and, you know, 2x1 lats. Come on, mister. Seriously, beep beep. Let's go. Thank you. thing about this car is that it really just wants to be at speed, and the fact that it's, you know, it's 21 years old, guys, and you know, I haven't had the resources or the time to really you know, do a resto conversion on this car. It's been pretty much, you know, do the conversion and just do what's necessary, you know, to make the car safe. Excuse me. But it's not a, you know, it's not a full-on restoration. I really wish I could do that. I hope at some point with this car that I will be in a position to do that, because it really deserves it. Really does, richly. Yeah, the E60 diesel gearbox. Yeah, that was the one. That's the one I should have put in there in the first place, but hey, you know, I'll know for next time. I'll know for next time. Music on, but old PooTube would have a bit of a brain fart, so unfortunately you just got to put up with wind noise and my drony voice. Let's get rid of this guy before we get boxed in. So smooth, everything's really running so well here. For a car of this age to be just gliding along like this, it's just amazing. You know, like I said, I can't really describe what this feels like. I try to show you guys, I try to, you know, put some words to it, but yeah, it's just, I don't know how to tell you, so I better stop trying. So yeah, what else have we got to do? So, on charging, we've got two things to do. Right now we have a Bruce, 3.3, I think it's 3.3 or 3.6 kilowatt charger in there. I think it's an NLG 513, and that gives about 8 amps at 360 volts going into our battery. Now I have more, and another one that I'm going to collect. That I'm going to collect hopefully this weekend, which are an NLG 514. Now they're designed for a high voltage battery. I think the NLG 513 is from something like 200 to 500 volts, and 514 is from something like 300 volts to maybe the 720 or something like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to install those two chargers. So we'll have 3 Brusa chargers in the car. When they're running, we'll be able to charge at about 10 kilowatts, maybe a little bit more. We'll be able to do 10 kilowatt charging from a 3-phase supply. So what we'll do is we'll have each charger connected between phase and neutral. So we'll have 10 kilowatt charging from AC. Give us about 25-26 amps of actual DC battery current for charging. Then we're going to finish installing the Chademo DC fast charging system. You may recall we got the charging port itself installed in the place of one of the old silencer boxes on the back of the car. That'll give us fast charging. So we'll have, good, reasonably quick charging from AC power sources, and we'll have DC fast charging. That's all near-term stuff that I intend to get done this summer, so that we can basically extend the legs on the car a bit, without having to do the battery upgrade just yet. So then, hopefully we get to do the battery upgrade, and we've got those systems already fitted, so they're ready to go. So that's our plan. Other small jobs, I'm going to put a smaller radiator in there. I've quite a large radiator in the front of the car that I had in there. It's a dual rad. One part of it is for cooling the motor and the inverter, and the other part of it was used for cooling the automatic gearbox fluid. So now that we don't have that in there, we don't need that, so we can put in a smaller rad. I'm going to tidy up some of the wiring, and I'm going to put in battery heaters. We do actually have battery heaters, but I didn't get to fit them. And I didn't fit them because I realized, last winter that I wasn't really going to be able to drive this car once I started blowing gearboxes in it. And it hasn't really been until now, the last few weeks, that I've been able to take the car out and really drive it. I've got to find where the pollen filters go in this car too, because I don't have any, so I got to find them and get a set. If anyone knows where the pollen filters go in E31, leave me a comment, please. Things, I know I've said it before, but I really got to say it again. is that the inverter system designed by Johannes Hubner is what's driving this car now, and it's really a wonderful system. I've done my bit to play with the hardware and stuff, but make some improvements on gate drivers and stuff like that, but it's very much his design, and that's what's driving the car now. I'm pumping down the motorway here at 75 miles per hour, drawing 44 amps, with a Siemens motor in a BMW E31. Yeah, thank you. We got Brembos. First thing I want to do is thinking I might actually put the multifunction display back in here in the center console to kind of bring it back to kind of OEM look. I might try to reprogram that to see if I can get it to maybe display more useful info rather than automatic transmission failure. So we got that to do. Welcome to Wexford and the slow drivers. Oh, there's the old diesel exhaust. Let's get some of that into us. Seriously? Really? can see there I had absolutely no problem downshifting through 2 gears, or indeed upshifting either. And that's something that was asked, like, you know, do I have problem shifting gears without a clutch? And the answer to that is absolutely not. It's absolutely no problem at all. Now, I don't know whether that's me or it's down to these, you know, longitudinal gearboxes or whatever, but I've never had any problem shifting. You know, even with the big DC motor in the land yacht, no problems, and with the Siemens motor here in the Panzer, equally no problems there. Two buses through that. Will you go on? Oh, will you go on? Seriously? What do you want to get the guy to do? Stop? Now you decide to go. Wow. More Brembos and some regen. Probably more Brembos than regen though. See, that's one thing that you do have a problem with in a multi-geared car when you have regen, is that if you set the regen at a comfortable level for high gear, if you then apply the brake when you're in a low gear, you get to headbutt the steering wheel. So I am thinking that at some point we might have a regen cutout switch somewhere. Then if you tune the regen to be nice in a low gear, it's kind of non-existent when you're in a higher gear. So yeah, first world problems, eh? First world EV problems. Say the Panzer is a lot happier out on the motorway than on these backwards Irish laneways, but that being said, she handles them. so little body roll even going into some of these steep turns. I can just slightly depress the brake pedal to get the regen on, then I can just bring on the hydraulic brakes the further that I press the pedal. I suppose if I had, you know, a travel pot on there that would send a variable regen signal back to the inverter, that would definitely help us. So maybe that's something I could look at doing. That is us pretty much home, so I want to thank you guys very much for tagging along. Hope you enjoyed it. Probably not the most exciting, but hey, I suppose when you're with me you don't get much of that. So yeah, so don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and I'm just going to pull up here now and I'll tell you guys what we got in terms of energy efficiency. Let's say hello to Big Blue. Alright, just turn the blower off. Probably did pretty crappy because I had you guys along. So 33 amp hours this evening for 35 miles traveled. See you all next time. Happy driving.